Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. Today I'm going to be talking about the worst foods ever and why they're not that bad. So if you Google like worst foods or foods you should never eat, the list I'm about to read to you pretty much is what every search result is going to say. Every website that pops up pretty much says the exact same thing. So let's start. Number 1, sugary drinks. This includes juice, smoothies, specialty coffee drinks, soda, pretty much anything that isn't water. And the reason why sugary drinks is on every terrible food list is because our brains don't register liquid calories for some reason. That is what websites say. Our brains don't know the difference between liquid calories and food calories. And so it doesn't really register that you've eaten. Your brain just thinks you just drank something. It doesn't satisfy the same way food calories satisfies. And so that leads to overeating. That is not a reason to eliminate this kind of drink item from your diet. This just means that you need to be a little bit more aware of where the bulk of your calories are coming from. And if you're at a weight where it might be best to lose some weight, yeah, maybe cutting out liquid calories is a good place to start so that you can focus on getting enough water and getting most of your calories from food, meaning your nutrition from food rather than filling up on drinks and not getting substance. Just because you need to be a little bit more aware of your diet habits does not make a certain food or food group bad or unhealthy or something to be avoided. Number 2, everyone's favorite pizza. So apparently the reason why pizza is just the absolute worst must be because it's freaking delicious. Actually, it's on this list because apparently processed ingredients and high calorie ingredients are just so bad for you. If you have a strategy when picking out your pizza toppings, you can literally hit all major food groups in one meal. Plus, pizza is freaking delicious. Did I mention that already? Freaking delicious. Number 3, white bread. So bad, especially because everyone is gluten intolerant these days. Don't get me started on gluten intolerance because there are actual people out there who could die from eating bread, which is really sad. So white bread is so horrible because it is refined and processed. So with white bread, ingredients are pretty much stripped of their nutrients and then they are enriched, which means they're stripped and then the nutrients are put back in. Yeah, I don't get it either, but it's a thing that happens. It's one of the reasons why manufacturers are able to sell white bread or enriched or refined products for so cheap. So basically white bread, while it is not the healthiest choice, it's not the worst. It's not going to kill you unless you have celiac disease or some other like disorder or illness that makes you gluten intolerant. Other than that, you're fine. It's going to be okay if you eat a slice of white bread. Number 4, cereal.
Silly rabbit, chips are for kids.
And this is a quote that I found on many websites. Some cereals are so sweet that they could even be compared to candy. Like, that's a bad thing. Number 5, fried foods. Basically what I'm noticing from these lists is if a food is calorie dense, then it's automatically a worst food ever. To believe that is to believe that calories are the worst thing ever. Like, calories are so bad. Calories are literally the thing that keeps us alive. These kind of lists are just fear-inducing. They are pointless. They are false. They are totally not backed by science. Sure, there's like a shred of truth to some of it, but People, like, you give people a centimeter and they take you for miles. They run with it and they just exaggerate to no end. Here's the thing about fried food. You probably shouldn't eat it every single day. That doesn't mean it doesn't have a place in a balanced diet. Do people not know what the word balance means? Number 6, baked goods. Baked goods is such a general term because I think what these lists mean to say is they're talking about those store-bought products, either from like the store bakery or from a bakery in general, or, you know, those little Debbie's, Hostess, like little cakes and stuff like that. They're talking about the sweet little treats that, yes, are packed full of sugars and additives and all the things that make food delicious. And again, it's only unhealthy is if you're eating them every single day. It's only unhealthy if these foods are making up the majority of your diet. We're talking about logical, intellectual individuals here who have the brain capacity to balance out their diet between whole foods and processed foods. That's balance. Number 7, ice cream. Again, it contains sugar, so it's automatically evil, I guess. Yeah. Number 8, candy. Again, sugar. Unless you buy that sugar-free candy, which is an abomination. Number 9, high sodium foods. People are so afraid of sodium. You need sodium. Your brain needs sodium. Your body needs sodium. Eat the sodium. It's like sugar. Just eat it. Your body needs it. So here's why this list is stupid. I've said it already, and I'm going to say it again. These foods are only the worst is if you eat them in excess. If your diet consists of only these foods and you never touch a fruit and you never touch a vegetable, okay, then you've got a problem. You might want to ease up off these kind of foods. But to say they're the worst ever, there's a lot of things that are the worst. And these are kind of bad things. And for some people, they're a food group, except for that one's not really a food group. None of these lists ever mention alcohol or drugs. These aren't the worst ever. Stimulants, depressants, uppers, none of that. These aren't the worst ever. Things that could literally destroy your life. Restriction leads to intensified cravings. And eventually you give into those cravings. And then you beat yourself up because of lists like this. We're taught that these foods are bad, that they're the worst, that they're evil. This is hammered so deeply into our psyche, we start to believe that we are a reflection of what we eat. If we eat bad foods, we're bad. If we eat the worst foods, we're the worst. That's not how it works. Food does not hold a moral standing at all. There's no such thing as good or bad foods. These lists only push the idea that calories, fats, sugar, sodium, and processed foods are bad, and that these are foods that we should be afraid of. You can be healthy and eat these foods. They are not mutually exclusive. It's interesting that foods found on these kind of lists also tend to show up on fear food lists. Don't listen to lists like this. I think we can all logically talk through the stupidity that these lists contain and realize these foods are not going to destroy our lives. Now, if anyone finds a list where like shows up, okay, that might be one to take seriously. Anyway, that is this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. That's cool too. While you're over there clicking the like button, hit the little subscribe button as well and the notification bell so that you will be notified of all my future uploads. If you have any video suggestions, comments, questions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram for food inspiration and also to be updated on upcoming videos. And I will see you next time. Bye!